Shalom everyone. So this week's Parshat is Parshat Vayechi, and it is the final Torah portion in the entire book of Genesis and the whole Sefer Breshit. And we see in this portion how Jacob is about to die, and in the moments before his death, he invites all of his sons to come and receive blessings from him. Or at least that's what I always thought the verse meant, because that's what happens. All of his sons and even some of his grandsons come to him and receive blessings. However, I looked back at the verse in preparation for this week, and I noticed something. So it's in chapter 49, verse 1, and it says, Vayikra Yaakov el banav, and Yaakov calls to his sons. So banav does mean his sons, but the truth is that banim could also mean sons and daughters. It's the word that's used to include both male and female children together and male children alone. So which one is it? Which begs the question, did he invite his one daughter that we know of from the text, did he invite Dinah to his deathbed to receive a blessing before he died? We don't see her come, but did he invite her? Was she included in this word banav? And I think this question really has been sitting with me, because when I think about Jacob's children, the child that I think needs a blessing the most is Dinah. She had a horrible experience of abuse in Parshat Vayishlach. And wouldn't it be like a comfort to her and a really important moment for all of us to see Yaakov, offer Dinah a blessing before he dies? And when I was thinking about this, something that I saw this week really kept coming to mind, which is a video of Romy Gonen, and she is telling what happened to her and the sexual abuse that she suffered as a hostage in Gaza. And as I was listening to what Romy shared, I was struck by the thought that, wow, like, the world has not changed in all these years, all the way since the time of Dinah. Women are still being treated in this way. How can that be? And at the same time, it also struck me that the world has changed so much, right? We don't have Dinah expressing what happened to her, having any voice, and as far as we know, having anybody to listen to her and support her and carry her in her moment of suffering. Whereas here, I was so struck by the idea of listening to Romy and being able to, through the internet, people offering her love and support and being witness to everything that she was sharing. So it was this moment of the world hasn't changed and the world has changed so dramatically at the same time. And I was also thinking in that moment, what would it be like for Dinah to see Romy sharing her story and being well received and supported and loved by so many, both people who know her and strangers? Would that influence Dinah at all? Would that maybe bring her some type of comfort to see that although horrible things are still happening to women, there's also things that have changed, and there's support that's there that wasn't there during her lifetime? How would she take that in? Which brings me back to the question of, well, why doesn't she receive a blessing from her father Jacob? And I wonder if, on the one hand, if Jacob, did he really not invite her? Did he think that he didn't know what to say to her? Was he at a loss for words, and therefore he just invited his sons? Was that part of the story? Or I also wonder, did she hear the word banav when he said, all my banim, please come to me? And did she assume that that didn't include her? Did she read the word as sons rather than reading it as children? And we don't know, right? There's no way to know. But either way, I think there's a really important lesson in this setup, in this phrasing of the word banav. And what I'm taking away from this is the idea that when we're gathering, when we're creating spaces for people to gather, both in SVIVAH, and I'm also thinking of, hosting a Shabbat meal or planning a family celebration or, any type of gathering, really, are we being careful and thinking about the people who we might want to invite, who might be coming to whatever gathering we're planning with a broken heart? How do we create the space in a way that they feel comfortable and that they feel held and they feel welcomed? And are we going out of our way to invite them and make sure that they're a part of these events and these gatherings? And at the same time, on the other end, like the flip side of that, I'm thinking about how can we as individuals, when we're in that moment of heartbreak, and I know sometimes when I'm in a moment of heartbreak, I just want to isolate. I don't want to go to the gatherings. I don't want to be a part of the big, socializing experience. But can we see ourselves in the invitation? And can we find those spaces where people are welcoming us with open arms and actually walk into those arms? So I want to offer, with major humility, I want to offer a bracha for Dina, a blessing for her. And I wonder if a fitting blessing for her might be that, may she always feel held and welcomed in all the spaces that she desires to be in, and may she see herself as somebody who can walk in to open, loving arms that are there for her. And maybe that blessing can extend beyond Dina to other people who need that as well. So for this week, I want to invite you all to put a blessing, if you'd like, put a blessing for Dina. If you want to put a blessing for Romy or any other woman that's on your mind, let's have this be a space for sharing and offering blessings for women who need it. And if you offer a blessing, then feel free to also say amen to other people. Thank you. And I want to close with the phrase that we're going to say at the end of this Torah portion, because we're finishing the book of Genesis, which is Chazak, Chazak, V'anez Chazek. May we be strong, right? It's all about strength, may we be strengthened. So may we be strengthened, and particularly all the women that need extra strength, let's offer them that extra strength. And may we go from strength to strength and go towards positive things for everyone. Shabbat Shalom.